Welcome back to more The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask. Last time we explored Sora Hall, so this time we're returning to the Great Bay Temple. Before we move on, let's read this diary. Lulu's Diary. It has been 2 days since I have lost my voice. I don't want Mikau to know, so I talked to Evan about it. He recommended that I take the eggs to the Marine Research Lab to have them checked. I think I will take them right away. Such a terrible thing has happened today that I don't even know where to begin writing. I heard a sound late at night, and when I opened my eyes, I saw strangers in my room. I tried to fight, but they were able to steal my precious eggs. It seems I lost consciousness after that. Today I told everything to Mikau, the one person whom I didn't want to know about it. At first I was too embarrassed and too sad to do anything. And with the words that Mikau said at that moment, I felt that all hope had been lost. But please, Mikau, I'm begging you, don't do anything rash. Now that we know the full backstory from Mikau and Lulu, I actually think the Great Bay region is one of the better developed areas in Majora's Mask. In addition to the gameplay being more complicated with having to find the Zora eggs, I also feel like characters are better developed here, including Mikau mainly, in comparison to Darmani and the Deku Butler's son. With that being said, let's return to Zora Cape. The open seas of Great Bay have need of your might. Quickly, climb onto my back. Like with the Woodfall Temple, we can't use the teleporter right away because we have to fight Gecko again. So first of all, let's activate this yellow switch in the water. And we can use the water jet to make it back to the central chamber, where we can make our way over to Gecko's room. Similar to the Woodfall Temple, since we have ice arrows, we can actually skip quite a bit of this temple, but compared to the Woodfall Temple, we do have to go through a little bit more. So we basically have to go to the room with the compass, which luckily isn't too far in, but might be a little bit tricky to get to. For example, we have to go through the central room and hope that the currents cooperate and take us where we need to go. Again, I find it a little bit hard sometimes to steer with the currents and actually make it through these little tunnels here. Luckily, we got through it first try. We also have to cut through this room with the hands, and also the room after this, which has the Deku Babas on the lily pads, but luckily they shouldn't be too difficult to avoid here. And now we have to use ice arrows to make it over to the next room. I'll also equip the bunny hood while we're here because it'll make the fight against Gecko a little bit easier. And again, as a reminder, in the 3DS version, there are little sparkles indicating where you have to shoot arrows, instead of in this version, where you can basically freeze the water anywhere. But we also need fire arrows to melt the ice here. And once again, we have to freeze the jelly and cause it to crash down, shattering it, allowing us to attack Gecko again. This will probably make sense as a common sense thing, but don't stand under the ice also, it will crush you. And one more hit to go. Ah, Dongero, it's been so long. What has brought you all this way? Could it be, has spring finally come to the mountains? Now look, it is true. Winter was so long that it began to lose all hope. I understand. I shall head for the mountains immediately. With that taken care of, let's warp back to the entrance. Alright, let's see how this goes. I was trying to get 2 hits there. At least with double defense, we don't have to worry about that attack as much, and also we have a lot more hearts this time. And we're on to phase 2. This could definitely be going better. And one more hit to go, but that's obviously a little bit easier said than done with how this fight's been going. Well, that could have gone a lot better, but we got through it. You got a heart container. Your maximum life energy is increased by 1 heart. You also get a full refill of life energy. Now I can continue resting in peace. I too must abide the laws of ancient times, and again merely watch for my deep slumber. But the evil that haunts this land has not completely vanished, Link. I shall depart after enjoying Lulu's voice a bit longer. I think the gods can permit that. Yeah. There is one more heart piece we can get now that the temple has been cleared. If you've defeated Georg, and it's after, like, dawn, essentially, which means we're right on time, we can access a secret area of sorts. We want to climb up here and hop on this boat. This boat will take us to our next destination, and we actually have to use the hook shot to make it to these small islands over here, where we can play a mini-game. This is a little bit time-consuming, having to wait for the boat. For some reason, I know this game came out after, but this actually reminds me a little bit of the boat ride in Super Mario Sunshine, in terms of just kind of having to wait around, though to be fair, there's a lot less risk if you fall down. It's a lot short of a trip. Alright, we should be in range. Now that the seas are back to normal, I've started a little business aimed at tourists. If you pay 20 rupees, I'll invite you to a jumping game that has a really big prize. If you're up for it, go to the island in the center. Oh, you're up for it. Now then, I'll explain the rules, so listen carefully. I'm going to light the torches on each of the surrounding 4 islands in a particular order. Jump to the island that has the lit torch. If you can jump to it before the torch goes out, you'll get 1 point. If you get 20 or more points within the time limit, you'll get a big prize, but it'll cost you 20 rupees for 1 try. How about it? Will you give it a try? Great, in that case, I'll start. Overall, this minigame actually isn't that difficult. The toughest part is getting the camera to cooperate. I recommend liberally Z-targeting, even if you are playing on a new 3DS, for example, and have manual camera controls. It's just a lot faster to quickly snap the camera using Z-targeting, or in that case, actually L-targeting. So yeah, we need 20 points in 2 minutes. That is extraordinarily generous, to be honest. You can also use the bunny hood if you have it equipped beforehand, but I don't recommend doing that. I always feel like I'm going to overshoot the platforms if I use the bunny hood. Also, while we're going through this, there's actually something I meant to bring up a lot sooner, and completely spaced out on. In the 3DS version, there's actually another fishing area. It's kind of along the path to the fairy fountain, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, there are actually 2 fishing areas in the 3DS version. A lot of rewards were actually changed to, like, fishing passes in the 3DS version. Like, if I'm not mistaken, the Day 1 and 2 prizes for, like, the Deku Playground and Honey and Darlings minigames might have been changed to fishing passes. So yeah, a very interesting change. I don't think I've ever even completed the fishing in Majora's Mask 3D. I've never been the biggest fan of, like, fishing in Ocarina of Time, in all fairness. But it is kind of an auto mission in the original version of Majora's Mask. Alright, we've made the point threshold. I think I'm going to just linger in the center and not take any chances, not risking, falling off or anything. We're just gonna chill here and wait for the time to run out. So yeah, overall this isn't too bad. The time limit is plenty generous, even if you don't manage to get all the torches like in a row. They stay lit for a fairly long amount of time, actually. But we're good to go. Alright, that's it. Uh-oh, that was a little too easy. Oh well, here's your prize. You got a piece of heart. You've collected 3 pieces so far. Collect 1 more to extend your life energy. And I was thinking of saving up to buy a big ship. Now it looks like I may go bankrupt. And with that, we are officially done in the Great Bay. So let's equip Dongero's mask and return to the mountain village. Now that we've met all of the frogs, they've gathered over here by the waterfall. I've been waiting for you, Tongero. Forgive me if I'm mistaken, but it looks like you've lost a little weight. As you can see, Tongero, the long winter has ended and spring has finally come to these mountains. Let us begin our chorus. The conducting was spectacular, and all of our members rose to the occasion. This is how deeply we were moved by your spectacular conducting. You got a piece of heart. You've assembled a new heart container. Your maximum life energy has been increased. Let us do it again sometime. And now we're officially done in the Snowhead region also. Which means, other than a couple of heart pieces still left over in Clocktown, the final area is Ikana. So I think we'll need the Ocean Title Deed and the Zora Mask, and then we'll warp over there. once again, we have to make our way over to Sakon's hideout. He's actually over here, by the way, since we didn't stop him on the first night. He's just kind of chilling over here. But we need to make our way over there because we have the final business scrub. So this has definitely been another very long quest, similar to the Dongero's Mask Frog Choir. But yeah, we are now about to exchange the final title deed to get the heart piece over there. Thanks for stopping by. You're from the ocean, aren't you? I'm here to sell Blue Potion. Actually, I want to do business in the sea breeze while listening to the sound of the waves. But to open a business in another place, you need to go through the proper channels first. Do you know what I mean? Oh, if that isn't an ocean title deed, let me have that. Please, if I have that, my dreams will come true. I'm not asking for it for free, I'll give you this. You got a huge rupee. Just one is worth 200 rupees. That's a big deal. Oh yeah, the nut brown beauties are waiting. Alright, let's fly over here. You got a piece of heart. Collect 4 pieces of heart to assemble a new heart container. Each new container you put together will increase the amount of life energy you can have. With that in hand, our next stop is the graveyard, actually. We'll need the captain's hat for later, so while we're here equipping the bunny hood, we might as well equip that as well. There aren't that many pieces of heart in Ikana, actually. Again, the Great Bay area has, like, the second highest number, which is kind of odd. You know what? I should have equipped the Zora mask, now that I think about it. That definitely would have sped this up a little bit. But it's fine. We don't have too much farther to go. I also think it would have been faster to have just flown across back the other way, if we didn't use the Zora mask, but oh well, this is fine. So yeah, in general, I do feel like the Great Bay region is the most fleshed out, both in terms of narrative and gameplay, because there are so many heart pieces, and like, you have so much story with Mikau compared to like, yeah, Domani, and with the Woodfall area, there is a decent amount of story with, like, the Deku Princess and the monkeys. But yeah, I do feel like the Snowhead region is one of the most brief, in general. I think I talked about these earlier, but in the daytime, you have these little rock enemies that are kind of, like, Goron-esque. They're almost like Goron mimics in a way, but they're actually really annoying to deal with, so let's quickly run past them. Let's drop down and carefully dodge all the bomb shoes on the way over to the Ikana graveyard. A long time ago, we got 2 things in the graveyard by talking to stout children on the first night and the second night. Or the third night, so we'll finally see what they have for us on the second night. Huh? Ah, Captain, sir! Excuse me, sir! Everyone, give the Captain your attention! We haven't seen you in some time, Captain, sir. As per your orders, sir, we've been guarding these graves closely. We have all been expecting your next order, sir. What shall we do? Open it? Yes, sir. Everyone, follow me! So, next time we're going to explore this part of the Iconic Graveyard before returning to Iconic Canyon to hopefully get the remaining heart pieces there. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more of The Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask.